This video shows you how to draw a prehistoric tree that you can add to your dinosaur pictures. You're going to need a pen and a pencil and an eraser. Now with the pencil, we're just going to plan this out. So we'll just sort of draw this sort of two lines like that. And then we're going to want the leaves coming out something like that. You need to draw very gently because we're going to erase these pencil lines later. And if you press too hard, you just can't get rid of that pencil. And a little plan like this helps you to get it all in the right position on the page as well. Now we'll start here and we're just going to do this kind of slightly zigzaggy kind of crumbly kind of line coming down like that. And just slightly on the other way, so that was going out and in, out and in. This is coming out and then back like that, so out and back, there we are. So it just wants to look a bit crumbly along this line. And then this is going to be growing out of the forest floor, so we can have some sort of leaves and stones and things like that there. And then we're going to draw the spines or the ribs of these leaves, sort of coming out like that. And they're curving out like an umbrella, really. Now we're done with the pencil, so if you're sure that your ink is dry, then you can erase the pencil lines without smudging the ink. And then we're just going to do lots of these scribbly kind of lines all the way across like that. And this is going to take you a little while to do, but take your time and you'll get there in the end. That's a lovely thing about drawing. Sometimes you think, oh, I'm not sure about this, but if you just keep going, it all comes together and looks like it's meant to do. Because quite often in the middle of a drawing, you think that doesn't look like anything, but if you just keep going, it all comes together. I think you should have the idea of this by now, so I'm going to zip through the rest of it. Click the subscribe button and make sure you keep coming back to this channel. Now, this wants to look a little bit kind of hairy, so we're going to add some extra sort of hairy kind of lines. And these are just a little bit random and sort of, but generally pointing down, and change the angle as you're going. And they're just these little kind of hairy little marks, really. And again, yeah, they're just sort of random, but they all come together to make up the drawing in the end. A drawing's always made up of all sorts of different kind of funny shaped marks. Now you might want to go over some of the kind of lighter areas and make sure you've got enough of these little lines in there that they show up. Good. And now we're going to draw the leaves. So these are just going to be sort of flicked out like this. And they're facing forwards as you come down the leaf like that. And then we can do the same on the other side, going the other angle, coming all the way down to the bottom like that. Now if you're drawing this in colour, you might want to draw these things with a green coloured pencil or something like that, because this is obviously drawn in a black pen, so it's going to be difficult to colour this in. You could sort of colour some sort of green in the background, but this is kind of the thickness of the actual leaves like this, so they're not kind of spines or ribs down the leaf. These are the leaves. I'm going to put another one about there as well, so this can come over the bit of trunk that we've done already. And like I say, these are very, very ancient trees. So these are cycads, and they were around in prehistoric times, so this would be really good to have in the background if you're doing dinosaur pictures, something like that. And actually I'm going to spin this around a little bit to make it easier for myself, and you're allowed to do that. You don't have to have the picture always exactly facing you in the vertical. You can spin it around if it's going to make it easier for you. And because these little lines here are slightly curved, it's good because I'm kind of twisting around like that. So it's good to sort of move the paper to suit how my hand is going to make these marks. And although these are prehistoric, you can still see them growing. Mostly in kind of tropically kind of countries and jungles and things like that. But of course, over the years and the centuries, people have sort of discovered them, and they've taken cuttings or seeds and things, and they've brought them back to their different parts of the world, and they grow them in sort of botanical gardens and all sorts of places. So you can go and see these living fossils. They're not fossils because they're not made of stone, but they're sort of living testimony to the prehistoric era. And I'm just going to add a few more of these little spotty bits here, because you've got a bit of shade coming from the leaves on the top. But also now from there, now I'm just going to draw more spotty bits just down one side, so you get a kind of slightly shaded on the side of this plant like that. And now I'm just doing dots. I'm just going dot, 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 dot. But it's just adding some shade to the side of the plant to make it look a bit more cylindrical. All you need to do now is colour in your Cycad and click the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Draw Stuff Real Easy.